For years, Ed China was the calm genius behind the bench on wheeler dealers, the man who made impossible repairs look effortless, explaining every nut and bolt with a patience that made even the most complex mechanical jobs seem simple. Viewers around the world admired his towering frame, calm demeanor, and endless curiosity. He wasn't just fixing cars. He was teaching, guiding, and inspiring people to believe that anything could be rebuilt with time and passion. Then one day he vanished. In March 2017, after more than a decade on the show, Ed China shocked millions of fans with a quiet announcement. "I'm afraid it's true, and I'm really sorry," he said in a farewell video. "After 13 years of making wheeler dealers, I'm now going to be leaving the show." The internet exploded with disbelief. Why would someone walk away from a hit series that had made him a household name? The answer, as Ed would later reveal, wasn't about money, fame, or fatigue. It was about principle. The show he helped build had started as a humble British car restoration series, 2 men, a small garage, and a mission to rescue old cars from the scrap heap. Ed handled the mechanics. His co-host Mike Brewer did the buying and selling. Together, they created a unique balance of entertainment and education. What set wheeler dealers apart was Ed's meticulous workshop segments. He showed the real process, the grime, the seized bolts, the challenges that every mechanic faces. But when Discovery Channel moved the show's production from the UK to the United States, things began to change. The producers wanted shorter, faster episodes, less technical detail, and more TV-friendly pacing. Ed disagreed. To him, cutting the mechanical depth meant cutting the soul of the show. It wasn't just about cars, it was about honesty, craftsmanship, and transparency. In his calm but firm way, Ed explained that if the educational value disappeared, so would the integrity of wheeler dealers. And rather than compromise, he walked away. His departure created shockwaves across the automotive world. Fans flooded social media with emotional messages, some supportive, others angry, many heartbroken. To them, Ed was the heart of the show, the quiet expert who turned education into art. Mike Brewer continued the series with a new co-host, but the chemistry that defined wheeler dealers couldn't be replaced. Still, Ed didn't attack or blame anyone. He left with grace, explaining his choice as a matter of principle. Behind the scenes, though, it wasn't easy. Years of tight filming schedules, creative clashes, and production pressure had taken their toll. After leaving, Ed did something rare in the age of constant visibility. He disappeared. For nearly a year, he retreated from the spotlight. No interviews, no news shows, no social media updates. Fans began to wonder, was he done with TV? Was he burned out? Or was he building something in secret? What little was known suggested he had returned to his personal workshop, the same space where he'd once built his famous street-legal sofa and motorized office chair. There, away from the noise of television, Ed was simply being himself again, tinkering, experimenting, and thinking. People close to him described it as a time of quiet recharge. After years of deadlines and producers dictating what to film, he was finally free to create without constraints. There were rumors he was working on electric conversions, transforming classic cars into sustainable machines while keeping their vintage soul intact. Others said he was reviving old inventions. Whatever he was doing, it was clear he hadn't lost his spark. He was just building again for the joy of it. Then, in May 2018, a new video quietly appeared on YouTube. Garage Revival, Episode 1. No hype, no flashy trailer, just Ed, a camera, and a dusty old Volkswagen Golf. The concept was beautifully simple: help car owners who had stalled mid-restoration finish their projects. It wasn't about perfection or television drama. It was about real people, real garages, and real repairs. The show captured what fans had missed most: authenticity. Ed's calm explanations returned, his familiar hands covered in grease, as he showed viewers exactly what needed to be done and why. There were no scripted moments, no fake deadlines, just a man doing what he loved. Garage Revival was modestly produced, but it resonated deeply. Fans poured into the comments, welcoming him back, thanking him for staying true to his roots. Some said the show felt even better than Wheeler Dealers, because it was honest, personal, and pure. Behind the scenes, Garage Revival was also Ed's experiment in independence. Without studio backing, he could shape every frame exactly how he wanted. The slower pace, the educational tone, and the hands-on realism were all his. It wasn't about chasing fame. It was about reconnecting with the essence of why he loved engineering in the first place. And it worked. The series didn't need to dominate television ratings. It found its home online, where authenticity mattered more than production polish. But while Garage Revival reminded the world who Ed China was, it also hinted that he was evolving into something new. A year later, those lucky enough to visit Ed's garage saw something extraordinary. Behind unmarked doors sat a wonderland of creativity. The street-legal sofa, the motorized bathroom, the bizarre contraptions that once captured public imagination, all still there, surrounded by sketches, parts, and prototypes. But there was also evidence of failure: an abandoned self-steering barstool project, scorched wiring, and a battery pack that had clearly overheated. It was a reminder that invention always comes with risk. For Ed, though, these failures weren't defeats. They were experiments. Every burned wire, every broken circuit was part of the learning curve. His garage wasn't just a workspace. It was a living laboratory for ideas no one else would dare to try. By 2021, Ed's focus had shifted toward the future of engineering itself. He saw a world moving toward electric vehicles and sustainability, and he wanted to bridge that gap between classic car culture and modern technology. That year, he launched Ed China's Workshop Diaries on YouTube, a new series that invited viewers directly into his world. Each episode featured him working on his own projects, restoring engines, experimenting with EV conversions, or explaining the science behind innovative systems. Unlike mainstream shows, there were no sponsors dictating content or editors trimming details. It was pure Ed, curious, methodical, and deeply informative. One episode showed him converting a classic Mini into an electric car, carefully adapting the motor mounts, wiring up the control systems, and explaining every step in plain English. It wasn't about showing off. It was about sharing knowledge, keeping craftsmanship alive in a digital age. The beauty of Workshop Diaries was in its honesty. It didn't rush. It didn't try to entertain with artificial stakes. Instead, it invited the audience to slow down, learn, and appreciate the process. The comments were filled with gratitude from fans who felt they were back in the workshop with an old friend. For many, it wasn't just about cars anymore. It was about reconnecting with a lost sense of patience and creativity. Ed had transformed his YouTube channel into something larger than a show. It became a classroom, a community, and a movement for honest engineering. Over time, it became clear that Ed China's story wasn't about fame or television at all. It was about integrity. In an industry obsessed with speed and spectacle, he stood for something timeless. That quality matters, that craftsmanship deserves respect, and that the journey of creation is as valuable as the finished result. He could have stayed on wheeler dealers, taken the easy money, and played along with the new format. But instead, he walked away to protect what he believed in. That decision made him not just a mechanic, but a symbol of authenticity in a world that often trades it for convenience. Today, Ed continues to produce new episodes, still tinkering, still exploring, still inspiring. His calm voice and steady hands remain a reminder that engineering isn't just about machines, it's about mindset. For every young person picking up a wrench, every home mechanic fighting a stubborn bolt, and every dreamer trying to build something meaningful, Ed China stands as proof that true passion never fades. It just evolves quietly, persistently, like the hum of an engine tuned perfectly by someone who loves what they do. In the end, his story isn't about walking away from television. It's about walking toward truth, creativity, and the kind of work that speaks louder than fame ever could.